pause and read if you want to do this.
The Teeth of Naros is a dangerous place. You must be the one I've been hearing so much talk about. The one that has been beckoned by Athene. You are truly someone special. Special enough that perhaps you could help me with a task that has been of great concern to me. I seek to restore this shrine, so that the patrols of the Teeth of Naros can take use of it. The shrine carries the blessings of the gods, relaying them to special litanies. However, the magics of the shrine have worn out. But it can be repaired. With 5 of these litanies, the magics of the shrine can be restored. Thank you, friend. I would search myself, but I would need to leave my post to do so. And I must keep the watch. 5. Yes, 5 litanies should hold enough magic to restore the altar to working condition. Gather them, and bring them here. They are scattered throughout the Teeth of Naros. I could not say their exact locations, but if you look hard enough, you will find them. I am a loyal follower of Secandra and the Colossi Guard. If you walk safely in these lands, it is thanks to us, in part. We have always known that in our darkest times, the gods would send the beckoned. Now that you are here, should I be worried? The city is strong and beautiful. I hope it is the first of many other great Colossi works. We came to this land years ago, and yet we are still strangers here. We are strong, and we are loved by the gods, or so I am told. But I cannot shake this feeling that, despite our virtues, we are not strong enough for this land. They were Colossi, but they gave up completely on the gods. They have reverted to barbarism now, and kill any they find. This small shrine acts as a conduit of the god's power. It uses only small portions of this power, but if we could get it activated... This place is crawling with vicious beasts beckoned. But more dangerous are the marauders. Be careful on your travels.
Pause and read.
We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins once more. It is the prospect of reconciliation that has granted me a second youth. Come. We must kill the alphas of each Eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes. The Terex Eyries lie in the wilds of the Teeth of Naros, to the south of the city. We need not look far to find what we seek. But while there are many lesser Terex here, we seek only the plumage of their strongest and brightest. These are the true challenge. Very well, Beckett. Feel Balan's embrace! Feel my wrath! Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru, and to that identity we were chained, until one day, Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and greatness that was not ours, but could be. She showed us the path of ascension, and we followed it here, to the Teeth of Naros. No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of us, of the strength we gained from the gods' favor. Tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be harvested eternally. We must act. Feel my wrath! Feel Balan's embrace! Balin's embrace! We wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed lost, we found the Hyperion. It was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. We must act. Feel Balin's embrace. Feel Balin's embrace. Balin's embrace. Come, sir. In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. That we could not abide. My predecessor, Arche, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. As a show of thanks, take these. The Terex are mighty, and their hides light but strong. These will serve you well. The cipher you carry is a conduit to the gods, to their wisdom, their judgment, and their power. You carry it. And thus, you are their intermediary. Since you will bear witness to the ritual of atonement, the gods will as well. It is a riddle carved of stone that the gods left for us. It shows a city of the clouds, with the Hyperion itself floating at its heart. It was a covenant the gods wished to form with us, to raise Idylla and the Hyperion with it. But the riddle is difficult, and we have no answer for it. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arches. With the wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the cipher, the conduit to the gods, you will bear witness. Come, we must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. Let us go to the Hyperion. If it will not, then why were you brought to me? Give pretense to salvation, to raise our hopes, only to crush them with failure? I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddles without sharing it. Now come. The Hyperion awaits. This is not a ritual in a traditional sense. Never have we fallen so far. Never have we needed such an act of conviction. We must go to the Hyperion, which lies beneath the city of Idylla. It is the site of our great sin, and to be the site of our great absolution. We must act.
Traveling to Idylla, you must be the beckoned, the blessed visitor from an unknown land. But perhaps, if you have the strength to reach these lands alone, then you are strong enough to aid me. I have been studying the trolls in the area and have seen something of great concern. The trolls have unearthed a number of urns which possess a deadly magic. They are curious. For as long as we have been here, my people have not encountered the like of these urns, nor the ashes they contain. I lack the strength to face the magics of these urns, but Athene is in your thoughts. You could destroy them. Thank you for your help with this. The ashes contained in those urns are too dangerous. There are troll dens scattered around the Teeth. It is probably best to start your search there. However, you will be able to feel the dark magic when you are near to one of the urns. There were tomes and prayers written in your honor centuries ago. We were forced to leave them behind, but if only you had seen them. I managed to do what I can in the way of study. There are few resources available for a student of history out here. But it is important nonetheless. Where would we be if not for historians? How would we have acclimated to this land so quickly? Idylla is indeed the most beautiful city one will ever see, for the gods themselves inspired it. I would prefer to stay within the sturdy walls of Idylla, but nothing can really substitute for practical experience, can it? This is the homeland of the trolls, so to speak. I aim to study them, so I must do so in the wild. Imposing and indignant creatures, We Colossi have managed to drive the majority of them from this vicinity. But those that remain have started digging. For what? I don't truly know. Only that they seek some means of retribution. Safe travels, Beckoned.
In the youth of Amalur lived the Uranos, existing from the hill lands alone. They held not the blessings of the gods, and so were blinded to their own potential.
We lived in ignorance among the savage people. We wasted the gifts of the gods ourselves.
What the fuck?
Who wanders into my camp? What is this? You are far too small to be a Colossi. So it's true then. The Beckoned has come. This is my home, but not for much longer. I moved out here to reconnect with my roots, you see. My heritage as a giant race. However, my time on my own has come to an end. I am ready to take the next step and go and live amongst the Jotun of the Teeth of Naros. There are only loose ends that need to be taken care of, but I have sworn off Idylla for all days I have left. Would you? I will reward you for your help. I will not be needing the coin where I am going. I want for my family ring, currently in the hands of my brother Heliodorus, and to see my journal delivered to my old comrade Darius. But perhaps most of all, I want you to find my wife, Corina. I would like you to bring her here to me. I once tried to forge peace between the Jotun and the Colossi, but as I did, I became enamored of the simplicity they enjoy. I have taken to living in this old camp to try and enjoy it as I can. The heads of the city's inhabitants are as high in the clouds as the city itself, with their talk of religion and righteous gods. I much prefer to stay closer to the ground and stick to my roots. Yes, the Jotun have wronged us in the past, but I would think a people so focused on gods and faith would have shown a little mercy. They act like they are above everything, but they are mud and dust, like everything else in this world. They just aren't decent enough to admit it. Most find it completely inhospitable, but I find that it is not so difficult if you try a different sort of living. Yes, the plants are unpalatable, and the beasts cunning, but you can't expect nature to offer you wine and sweets if all you do is ask. You must retrieve my family ring, deliver my journal, and speak with my wife. Be quick, Beckoned. I must get to the Jotun soon. Stay safe.
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things, now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods, my followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion, the very spot where the sins of the Colossi were answered. It is where the former Primos, Arches, bade the Hyperion to rise to join our city. Where the gods saw fit to condemn us for our hubris. It will be the altar of our forgiveness. The antechamber is the flawed design of Arches. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion to join the city. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined would create a force equal to that of a god. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arches, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. The end of this awaits. Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path. If you were curious... We are almost done. We have reached it. Beyond that stone is the Hyperion, the gift of the gods, the symbol of a covenant concluded. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass, when they find us worthy again. Until now, I feared such a day would not come. We should begin. The gods visited this room once before. It seems only fit that you occupy their position. I will take my place where Arceus once stood. Long before, Arceus dared grasp the power of the gods and was judged according to his impudence. We act now as their analogues. In you, the gods visit this chamber once more. You shall stand where they appeared and made manifest their wrath. And I shall stand where Arceus stood and bore the brunt of their imminent will. The end of this awaits. Thank the gods! Praise be to them after all this time. I bear witness to their confirmation. You have done so well, Beckoned, to bring the cipher to me and to let me use its strength. With you, I can do what Arceus could not. Command the Hyperion. The gods have found my people unworthy of the gifts offered us. So, using the Hyperion, I will see Idilla destroyed. The wicked will be purged. And once the city falls, I will reforge the ruins in an image the gods find acceptable. I'm sorry, Beckon, but you must be a martyr for my cause.
Yeah.
beckoned. What has happened? Why are Anakatos' acolytes attacking us? What is he doing with the Hyperion? Destroy Idylla? No! That zealous fool! Have the loss of his gods driven him to such despair to use the Beckoned and the Cipher for such ends? We must make our way from this place. We need to stop Anakatos, but we cannot do so here. Things are bound to be dangerous. Take this. I have not seen a shield of this craft before, but I think you can make use of it. Now, let us move. The Primos has lost his senses. If he thinks his actions will return the love of the gods, he's gone mad with grief. Curse the gods for leaving the thing here. Anakatos will use it to kill all of us. How if we cannot reach him? And we can do nothing to stop him if his worshippers kill us here. We must make for the surface, and hope that there is time enough for us to deal with him. Farewell. Come, we are close to the surface. We cannot... Very well. What can I do? Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his silent choir will lay down their lives for him. I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disasters, but nothing like this. Of course, I will not let Anakatos destroy my people because he believes the gods demand it. I know we have the strength we need inside of us, despite his claims. We are worth saving, even if the gods disagree. But Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher and knowledge of the Hyperion, we are lost. Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the key to unlocking the Hyperion, and he has broken it in his plan. But that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Primos would know enough about the riddle for us to even try. Anakatos and his silent choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nyxaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start our search there. Nyxaros is one of the many portions of the city carved out, but never raised into the sky. Anakatos and his silent choir use it as a retreat. It is an old portion of the city that was never raised up. It was supposed to be a shrine of quiet contemplation. Now it is the refuge of Anakatos' silent choir. The complex rests where it was first carved, in the mountains of the Teeth. Be cautious in these lands.
Excuse me.
How goes the search for my Galatea? Any news of her yet? Yes. And how was it? Was it unharmed? There are many statues throughout the Teeth of Naros beckoned. What is special about this one? Then you found her. It is my Galatea, or what I have left of her. In truth, my wife died beckoned, at the hands of a troll years before. I carved that statue to honor her memory, and every passing year I would work further on it, bringing it as close to her likeness as I could. But that ritual was robbed from me. I must have closure. Please, beckon, find her killer, the troll called Kern. Bring him to justice. My wife was killed by a troll down in the Warren. All I have left to remember her by is a statue I began carving for her down below. But as I am forbidden to leave the city, the only comfort I have is knowing the statue is still intact. Go back to the Warren and search for him there. That is where he ambushed my wife and me years before. Goodbye. The Beckoned! Ah, yes, the Beckoned. There has been much talk of you recently. I have been hoping to speak with you since I heard of your stay in Idylla. I have a task for you. One no one else in the city can perform. We have a plant in this city, the Evenroot. It was brought with the utmost care from our homeland. There was a special tender for the Evenroot, but he has passed. No Colossi but the tender or his heir can care for the plant, so tradition dictates. The heir is en route to our city, but the Evenroot will die if it is not tended, and the heir is weeks away. Oh, thank the gods. I have been at my wit's end for days trying to devise some way of appeasing all parties. It has not been easy. To water the Evenroot, you will require spring water from Njordr's font. This water is outside the city, along with the vessel to carry the water. Find this vessel, the amphora, and fill it with water from the font. Then bring the water to the plant and tend it. It is located in Njordr's font. Find it and fill it with the spring water. It is a ceremonial container and part of the Evenroot ceremony. It is kept near Njordr's font. Faith keeps most of our laws enforced, but I handle the ones not worthy of our god's close care. The Hyperion was to be the heart of this city, but it has eluded us for so long. How can we endure without it? You will not lay eyes on a greater city in Amalur. It was a beauty on the ground, and is now only more beautiful that it has been raised into the clouds. It is a pure, clean mountain spring, named in honor of the god of water. It is the only source we can use when tending the Evenroot. Would that we could cut ourselves off from it entirely. But though few will call it such, this is our true homeland. Be careful outside Idylla.
How may I serve?
You have come again. Is there anything else you require? Very well. I shall endeavor to reward you for your labors.
Ah, the famed beckoned comes to me at last. Admittedly, my request might be the smallest you will hear, but I wish to voice it nonetheless. To preserve the past, All around us is the great chisel and hammer of progress, keen on dragging my people towards enlightenment. But such progress means nothing without context. I wish for someone who can find artifacts of my ancestors, reminders of our simpler times. Very good. I'll reward you for any artifacts you can find, but larger artifacts will do well for both of us. I await your findings. They are strewn throughout the teeth of Naros. They may be hidden in forgotten corners, or carried by beasts as trophies. I do not forget Arcades, or what he did for my people. He led us here, and started this city, but most cannot see past his flaws. How do you find our city, Beckoned? Grand, is it not? It is the great island of progress, as I see it. But even it cannot forget the world it left below. All the rocks you see, here and in the sewers, once rested in the teeth of Naros. They are little things, of no intrinsic value. But as my people are so convinced to make progress, these artifacts are the few records of who we once were. This is a place for those who are weary of their burdens. If you feel so, you can rest for a while. I'm just one who's intent on maintaining the cultural integrity of her people. We were once no nobler than the Jotun or the Etin. Some would purge this history, but then how will we remember it? Be careful with them. I hope you have done well.
What brings the Beckoned to me on this day? You have seen Histus? I have not heard from him in so long. I was worried something had happened to him. What business has he sent you on? That fool! He is as oblivious and idealistic as the day I took him for my husband. Very well, I will see him after straightening out some affairs. Lawbreakers in Idylla do not enjoy the luxury of internment. All lawbreakers are immediately subjected to combat. It may seem severe, but we are a wise people. None have had need to test this punishment. Least of all you, I am sure. If you require supply, what brings the Beckoned to me on this day? Mine is the duty to safeguard the Colossi from any threat. So Secondra has charged all the guard. The Primos is the leader of our people in prayer and in other matters of life. They are appointed by Athene herself. I understand that you and she have met. She is powerful, is she not? Truly a paragon of might and virtue. Tread carefully if you are heading into the sewers. The Beckoned! Can I interest? The life of the Beckoned must be strenuous. Perhaps an elixir would help. I have potions for every need. Can I interest you in some armor? I can help repair your equipment. What can I do for you, Beckoned? Everything one requires, one will find in the concourse market. Weapons, armors, and healing implements. I was one of the first to settle in Idylla, and I will be the last to leave if it ever comes to that. Many pine for our home of old, but not me. The clouds are my refuge now. My days as a guard are behind me, but I know my way around arms and armor. I can patch it all up. Farewell.
finest magical craft. I am sure you shall find something in my stock to your liking, Beckoned. Our ancestor race, the Myru, had no skill with magic. You can see how much we've progressed. With our arcane skill, we set this whole city to float among the clouds. But such ability must be tempered with appropriate humility, so the Primos has taught. I do not envy his position. He must lead us after his predecessor's grave mishaps. However, he will bring much glory to our people should his goal be realized. Though magic is new to our people, I can craft fine artifacts for it. I bear my skill proudly. There are those that stand by their spears, but even our greatest warriors acknowledge the worth of magic. I will be here.
Dealing with gems is a specialty of mine. This city is a promise between us and the gods, but it is also a promise between us and the races of Amalur. My people will grow into the majesty of the city, and with the Empire to come, we will spread the gods' light. Attention to detail is not overly common amongst the Colossi. Much can escape the notice of one so elevated. But the facets and powers of my gems hold so much meaning and power. How could I ignore them? There is a lesson in sagecrafting. Even the smallest jewel can turn a common sword into a deadly weapon.
Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckoned. Can I interest you in a freshly honed weapon? Mind the city's edges.
The Beckoned! Welcome, Beckoned. Any who explore... or the teeth of Naros should not do so. I have potions for every need.
Have you more totems?
Yes?
Please, do not disturb the tragedians in their work.
The Beckoned has come.
You are the best. Do you require assistance? I can heal whatever wounds you may suffer. I am one of Onisimos' oldest disciples. I have taken to tending to the inexperienced students after their debates. The Master is troubled. The Lycaeus has seen its attendance gradually drop since the tragedy at the Hyperion. Have you seen it? The theater is perhaps our greatest rival in capturing the idle time of Idilla's citizens. Over the years, I've warmed to the idea of their productions, but there is no substitute for the Lycaeus' debates. Enjoy the debates. What do you think of our humble academy, Chosen One? Could I perhaps convince you to debate one of my prodigies? Surely the Beckoned of Athene would be a worthy lecturer. I despair that the Lycaeus has passed under the awareness of one so blessed. Our academy is the center of conversation for philosophy and theology in Idilla. Would you be opposed to joining us for a dialogue or two? It would be an honor. Wonderful! With the hard times about us, I worry that our long-kept traditions will eventually be lost as the school's influence wanes. Your involvement is sure to spark interest in the Lycaeus once again. Now, let us begin. In your first debate, you face Thace, one of my most promising students. He did not have the strength needed to appeal to the gods. Though he was named Primos, his virtue faded over time. Many argue the meaning of the Beckoned. Are you a conduit of the gods, or are you merely their messenger? I know what you are, though. You are the strength of the gods incarnate. If anything, this city is great for separating the weak and impious from the strong. Not all have kept the promises we made to the gods. Some have left our city to live in the wilds, as if they were the Myru. Fools. I will admit, times are difficult for the school. Few have the fire within them to debate. They seem to prefer moping. That is what we were before the gods sought to raise us up. Life for the Myru was not as you see here. The Myru cared only for base pleasures, carnage, conquest, and power. They were far from the enlightened people the Colossi are today. I am the master of the Lycaeus. I do what I can to enlighten the minds of those who enter my academy. Speak to Thace, and let him know you're ready for a debate. Study hard, Ben. Greetings, Beckoned. I take it that Onisimos wishes me to go through with this debate? Very well. Oh, the city? It is... well, it is grand, as everyone says. I wish I could say more of it, but I spend most of my time in the Lycaeus. Though the Lycaeus is open to all who wish to debate, some choose to spend their lives mastering the arguments, like me. I hope it will make me a stronger Colossi. I am, the youngest of Onisimos' students. There is much I have yet to learn. You are? Then, I will begin. I mean, here is the topic of discussion. A torrential storm sweeps a youngling and a full-grown colossi into the flow of a river. A big one. A river, I mean. Now, there is only time to save one. Which should one choose to save? You would choose to spare the potential for strength over the certainty of it? That's... well, that's a stance few might stand by. Very well. Let us begin the debate. Let us prepare. Then, here we go.
How is this a debate? This is a fight.
You smashed him senseless, Beckoned. Why, this is the form all debates take here at the Lycaeus. Opening statements are made, and combat determines the victor. I am unsure what else you were expecting. That said, will you allow others to challenge you? You appear to be quite skilled. Speak to Sisters. He is eager to debate with you. Study hard.
You are much smaller.
Is it my turn to challenge you, Beckoned? I am eager to test you. And myself.
This guy sounds like a Skyrim character.
I remember when this city sat on firm earth instead of thin air. Those were dark times, where daily we grappled with the wilds of the teeth of Naros. But we endured. And now we have carved a near paradise for ourselves among the clouds. No finer city exists.
He sounds like one of the Jarls from Skyrim. I don't remember who he sounds like, though. Maybe the Windhelm Jarl.
There is no greater home, no event, no thought, no prayer is raised that does not get tried and tested in our debates.
Or he could be the Jarl of the first city you come to in Skyrim.
I am a student of the Masters, and there is no greater joy for me than the debate. I truly love it here. Currently, my studies have me exploring the value of life versus that of the spirit. I am glad. Tell me, what is the most effective display of strength in the following scenario? On a trip across a vast desert, you and a companion encounter a boulder. It is an airborne boulder, and it crushes your friend. He tells you, "Leave me, Beckoned. Even were you to lift this boulder from off my battered body, I would be but half a colossi." What would the strong do?
Let him die an honorable
That is
death?
a most colossi way of dealing with the situation. Your friend would live as but a shell of himself, even if he survived. It is better to leave him. However, what if he is not himself? What if the impact has loosed him of his senses? If you saved him, he might live to regret his original intent. But enough words. Let us dig to the truth of the matter and debate. Prepare yourself.
This is a weird way to debate. But then, I shouldn't not be told
Opposition?
It depends on really what they meant by half of oneself. Like, do they mean he's cut in half somehow? Or do they mean his honor and pride or ego? Really depends on which one they're talking about. But if I was like crushed in half, I would not want to live without legs or my lower body. But if it's an ego thing, then yeah, I'm gonna remove the boulder.
An absolutely scintillating debate beckoned. Sisters didn't stand a chance. Are you ready for another? Find my disciple Zeno when you are. He wishes to challenge you. Speak to Zeno. He wishes to test his intellect against yours. Study hard, Beckham.
You are the beckoned? I wish to challenge you. Sister Synthes are worthy opponents. That you have debated them is impressive indeed. Especially for one so short. Our city stands the highest in all of Amalur, and that means that it is the greatest. It is no coincidence that our culture and virtue have flourished up here among the clouds. It is built to honor the struggle we all must go through to attain wisdom, and we embody that struggle every day. I am a relatively new debater, but already I have made my mark. I outrank Thace in the Master's eyes, though we became disciples on the same day. My area of interest is the nature of war. You are one of the greatest debaters I have ever seen, Beckoned. I hope I present a worthy challenge. My query for you is simple. What makes a war worth fighting? Very good. Any day that one is well enough to walk is a good day to wage war if an enemy presents itself. But does the act of war truly require reason? If strength comes from virtue, and it does, then those with the power to war have the moral right to do so. Let us have our own war, here, to decide who is right. Prepare yourself.
Zeno's argument was hastily prepared drivel next to your well-constructed thesis. Fine, an older disciple, wishes to debate with you.
How many disciples are there?
Speak to Fine. She is my eldest disciple, very powerful and wise. A true challenge awaits you. Study hard, Becca.
Please tell me this is the last one.
You've defeated many of Master Onisimos' students, Beckoned. I am the oldest, the most powerful. Prepare yourself to face the Master's most gifted student. The Colossi believe that ours is the greatest city in all of Amalur, Beckoned. I am inclined to agree. We were strong enough to rip it from the clutches of the earth. How could there be any doubt? No doubt the gods favor us because we have the strength to perpetuate their message. This is the center of theology in Idylla, Beckoned. My people attend to debate any topic they like, with whomever they like. We leave social standing at the door. All that matters in the Lycaeus is virtue and a sound argument. I am a student of Master Onisimos, and I hold the highest rank among all of his disciples. My current point of study is the nature of strength and its relation to virtue. Excellent. You've done well thus far, but I have another query to test you. Does might make right? That is an intriguing point, but it runs counter to the core of Colossi values. Our culture hinges on the belief that strength is given by the gods to those with the virtue to wield it. Let us debate the issue. My virtue shall prove that you are wrong. Prepare yourself.
Beckoned, welcome back. Have you been enjoying your debates?
Sure.
Indeed, you have defeated all of my students, Beckoned. The issue I pose to you is this, brought to my mind by your overwhelming strength. Can those with absolute power, such as yourself, have courage? If one enters battle with victory all but assured, can one also be called brave?
It depends on how one-sided the battle is yet. Though, with battle rush assured, yeah. Who knows? That victory could go sideways at any second.
You have proven differently here at the Lycaeus. Very well. Let us debate. Prepare yourself. Your merit will You have my underlying gratitude for participating in our competitions. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. Word of your scintillating lectures is sure to bring attention to our school. Already there are more spectators in the Lycaeus than there have been in years. Your thoughts guard you well in combat. May this talisman offer you similar protection. Though we were all taught sound lessons, my students and I have never seen this many in the Lycaeus. Truly, you have helped us. Study hard, Beckham.